Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Finance with Avery. In this video, I want to tell you about a banger of a bonus. As you see it on the screen, that's right, $525 bonus with Wells Fargo for new savings customers. We're going to get into the eligibility, the steps to obtain this bonus. Yes, for a personal account, that is one of the bigger bonuses, $525. And with that comes a bigger requirement though. And we're going to get into that in the steps. That's going to be on step number 2. And Wells Fargo is the third largest bank in the United States based on total assets. So Wells Fargo, definitely well capitalized bank. And this account is FDIC insured. So your money in it will be covered by that Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. First up here, let's start with eligibility. So eligibility. This offer is for new consumer savings customers only and is available only to the primary owner of the new savings account. And the primary owner is the owner whose taxpayer identification number, such as their social security number, is assigned to the account and has tax responsibility. So you can open up this account with a joint account holder, but that bonus is basically going to be associated with the main primary account owner who has the social security number tied to this account. And also, this offer is not available to customers that received any other consumer savings offer, bonus, or promotional rate that required a bonus offer code within the past 12 months. And also, this bonus is not available to Wells Fargo employees or anybody that's a non-resident alien or foreign entity signing any version of the IRS Form W-8. So if you fall in one of those categories right there, then you would not be eligible for this bonus. Primarily, this offer is for the Way2Save savings account with Wells Fargo. You're going to get more into that in step number 1. When you're opening this account, there are some things that you're going to need to be and also that you're going to need to have with you because you have to open this account in person at a Wells Fargo branch. If you're 17 years or under, you have to open it at a branch, which for this bonus, you have to open it at a branch anyway. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, minors that are 12 and under can open it, but they must have an adult co-owner. So that's for the age requirement. Now, also for this Way2Save savings account, you're going to have to open it at a physical branch. And here's some things that you'll need to open this account at that branch. You're going to need to have your social security number or individual taxpayer identification number. Also, you're going to need to have 2 forms of identification, a primary and secondary ID. And it states that non-U.S. citizens without a U.S. issued taxpayer identification number must provide a government issued ID that provides evidence of nationality or residence. Now, for the examples of primary IDs, here they are right here. It's a long list of them. We'll go over a few of the main ones. Of course, state issued or U.S. territory, driver's license, a state issued or U.S. territory ID card, passport, U.S. Armed Forces ID, permanent resident card, employment authorization card, and there's some other ones right here. Don't want to make the video too long, get too into it, but I'm going to leave it up on the screen so you see it right there. All right, some of the other IDs. And now for secondary ID, you can use another of the primary IDs. So you can have a state issued driver's license and a passport, and that will be sufficient for your primary and secondary ID. Now, if you don't have 2 of the primary IDs, there are other items that can be qualified as a secondary ID. Now, other forms of identification that would be qualified as a secondary ID, these will need to have your name on them, of course, and that's going to be an ATM, credit or debit card, or an employee ID, a student ID, social security card signed, birth certificate, original or certified copy, or an ID issued by a recognized business, education institution, or government agency, domestic or foreign. So those are examples of the primary and secondary ID. Also, another somewhat stipulation here, something to keep in mind. If neither primary nor secondary ID contains your physical address, a separate proof of address will need to be provided. Now, examples of that separate proof of address are going to include like a utility bill, a school enrollment statement, something like that that's going to have your name and your current physical address on there. Now, minors without a primary ID will need to still bring in some kind of identification such as a social security card, birth certificate, or student ID. And they also need to be accompanied by an adult co-owner who is a relative or guardian. Those are the key points right there for eligibility, including eligibility of the bonus itself and eligibility of actually opening an account. Now it's time for step number one. Step number one is going to be first you going to this promotional page right here for Wells Fargo for this $525 bonus. I'm going to have a link to this page down in the description of my video. It's not a referral link for me or anything like that, just a link to this page to get to this promotional offer so you can get your code and everything. Now you can Google or Bing like $525 Wells Fargo bonus and likely find a link in the results to get you to this page. So first thing you're gonna need to do on this page is enter your email address to get your promo bonus offer code. And so after you enter your email address and click on get my code, you're gonna see this on the screen. Now I've blanked out my code and my email address, but it will show your code and your email address, and it will state that you need to provide this code to the banker at a Wells Fargo location. And then you're going to need to go to a Wells Fargo physical location. And there's a tool on the website where you can find a location closest to you. You can use that, use Google Maps, Apple Maps, whatever you want to do to find a Wells Fargo that's convenient for you. And very important, currently this offer ends April 8th, 2025. So you're going to want to go to this page, enter your email, obtain your code, go to a Wells Fargo and open the account by April 8th, 2025. Now, there's a possibility this offer could get extended or it may not. Sometimes with these offers, the banks, they extend the offer or they change the amount or they change the requirements and so forth. As of right now, this is the offer that's going to be ending on April 8th, 2025. So yes, take that code to a physical Wells Fargo location and let them know that you would like to open a Way2Save savings account. You're gonna need a minimum opening deposit of $25. When you're at the location to open your account, you can fund that $25. You can fund that minimum $25 with a check. However, typically they're gonna give you some time to fund the account with that minimum of $25 because a lot of people are going to transfer money from another account, an external bank account, to their new account with Wells Fargo to meet that criteria for the minimum balance. So you just want to do that soon after you open the account. Definitely, I would say if you're going for this bonus, don't wait last minute, almost April 8th to open the account. As soon as you're able to, as soon as possible, so you can fund the minimum deposit and not have any issues with the account not being funded, being closed or something like that. So yeah, that is step number one, is to open the account at a physical branch with the promo code that you'll get after entering your email address and clicking on get my code on the promotional page. Now, step number two, this is the banger I was telling you about that matches the banger of a bonus right here, is you're going to need to deposit $25,000 or more of new money to your new savings account with Wells Fargo within 30 days and maintain at least $25,000 balance for 90 days after opening the account. When they say new money, this means money that has not been in a Wells Fargo account with you currently. So if you already have like a Wells Fargo checking account or a CD account or something like that with them, you can't just transfer that money from that Wells Fargo account to this new savings account to meet step number two requirements. Now you can do that if you want to, just back and forth, move money to that account from Wells Fargo to this account at Wells Fargo, but it won't go towards that $25,000 or more for this bonus. So you'll need to transfer $25,000 or more into this account from an outside external bank account. Like let's say you have a bank account with Bank of America or SoFi or Ally, CIT Bank, Truist, First Horizon, KeyBank, Chime, Citi, whoever it is. Transfer that money into this new account within 30 days of account opening. You don't have to transfer all $25,000 at one time, like at once. You can do that cumulatively. So within that 30 days, let's say you transfer $10,000 in that first week, $5,000 in the next couple of days, $5,000 again in the next couple of days, and then $5,000 2 weeks from when you open the account. That would be sufficient for meeting that $25,000 or more within 30 days of account opening. So you just want to make sure you definitely have that amount of $25,000 or more, and that is new money. So money that is not already held in a Wells Fargo account. And also time frame, make sure it's within 30 days of account opening. After that, you're going to need to start a countdown of 90 days. You're going to need to keep at least $25,000 or more on your balance for 90 days after account opening. So let's say you meet that requirement on the 28th day. Then for 90 days, starting on that day that you met that requirement of $25,000, you're going to need to consecutively keep at least $25,000 or more in that account on your balance. Now, I would not touch that $25,000 at least. I wouldn't transfer some out one day and then meet it back the next couple of days. Just keep that $25,000 or more in the account, at least $25,000. You want to keep that in your account for your balance consecutively each day for 90 days. Don't want to go underneath that during that 90 days. A lot of bonuses for personal accounts require some kind of direct deposit ongoing, for 60 days, 90 days of a certain amount or something like that. Now, this Way2Save savings account with Wells Fargo is FDIC insured. So that $25,000 or more that you have in the account is covered with that FDIC insurance. So if something for some reason happened to Wells Fargo, they went under, went bankrupt or something like that, your money in this account would be covered under Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. This bonus doesn't require a direct deposit, but it wants that big lump sum of money to sit in the account for 90 days after account opening. However, after you meet that requirement of step number 2, comes step number 3, the bonus of $525 paid to you. So step number 3, basically there's not an official step number 3 on their website, but step number 3 is receiving the bonus. Now they are going to deposit your bonus of $525 into your new savings account within 30 days after you have met all offer requirements. So on that 90th day that you've had that $25,000 balance in your new savings account, 30 days from that 90th day is when you're going to receive that $525 bonus in your new savings account. Very important though, of course, you want to make sure you keep that new savings account open, which you're going to do because you're going to have that at least $25,000 sitting in that account. So very important, of course, your new account must stay open through the time that they attempt to deposit the bonus. So after that 90 days consecutively of having that $25,000 or more in your account, don't just transfer your money out of the account and close it or anything like that once you meet that 90 days. Just keep the account open until you at least receive that bonus of $525 in the account. After that, you're free to, of course, continue using the account if you want to, or transferring all the money out to an external bank account or another account with Wells Fargo, or however you want to do that. And also when it comes to bonuses, comes taxes. They state that you are responsible for any taxes due on the bonus and that they're going to report the bonus as income to tax authorities as required by law. And if you're subject to backup withholding at the time of payment, they may withhold the required amount and remit to tax authorities. Likely, if you follow these steps and get the bonus here in 2025, in January or February of 2026, you're likely going to receive a 1099 form from Wells Fargo stating that they paid you that $525 bonus and reported it to tax authorities. So you'll need to submit that to your taxes. If you've done bonuses like this before, you're very familiar with this. If you do your taxes yourself, you're very familiar with this. You know where to input the information and do that. If you get someone else to do your taxes, just make sure you take this form that you received from Wells Fargo, along with any other tax forms you have, your W-2, things like that, to the tax professional that's doing your taxes and let them input the information and go from there. So yeah, when it comes to receiving bonuses, they're nice and all, but also comes taxes. All right, so yes, those are the steps 1, 2, and 3 to obtain that $525 cash bonus from Wells Fargo with a new Way2Save savings account. Now, one more section of this video is going to be how to avoid the monthly maintenance fee with this Way2Save savings account with Wells Fargo. Let me tell you about that, because this account does have a monthly fee of $5, but there are ways to get that waived and to avoid that. Here they are right here. To avoid the $5 monthly service fee, you have to have one of the following going on each fee period, each statement, each month, basically. You need to have a minimum daily balance of at least $300 or one automatic transfer each fee period of $25 or more from a linked Wells Fargo checking account, or one automatic transfer each business day within the fee period of $1 or more from a linked Wells Fargo checking account, or one or more save as you go transfers from a linked Wells Fargo checking account, or if the primary account owner is 24 years old or under, then you would have that $5 monthly service fee waived. So if you meet one of those criteria, you're not going to see that $5 monthly maintenance fee charged to you on your account and taken from your balance. Now, for this bonus, you need to have at least $25,000 in the account for 90 days. So you're going to meet the first step right there to have this fee waived of having a minimum daily balance of $300. So boom, there you have it right there. But I just want to show you and tell you that there are other ways to have that $5 monthly maintenance fee waived. But yeah, there you have it right there. Ways to avoid the monthly maintenance fee with that Way2Save savings account. All right, and that is it with my video on the Wells Fargo $525 bonus for new savings customers. If you have any experience with this bonus or with Wells Fargo or with this Way2Save savings account and you'd like to help out other people and let us know about it, leave that info down in the comments if you'd like. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button on it, support the channel, and subscribe to the channel if you're not for more tips and education on making your money work smarter and harder for you. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Take care.